All right, there we are. We are finally connected. Hi, I'm Dr. Frank Liberti. Thanks for being here. Listen, we had a problem connecting, so let me give this a few minutes for some people to log on. But I do have a phenomenal presentation today. Oh, my goodness. So we had our beta test launch yesterday. I want to talk to you about that. But let's give some people a chance to log on. There you go. Now we're logging on. There you go. We have the new course modules. We have the December syllabus I want to show you. We have the new beta test that launched yesterday, the funneled marketing program for attorneys. We've got the October mailer going out. I want to show you that. I want to show you 2 IMVs that came in. I want to let you know all the attorney contacts that we had this week and how well that went over and what the attorneys' considerations are. So I noticed we didn't get logged on here immediately today at 1 o'clock. I forgot to click one of the buttons. So we're on now. We're here. Let's go ahead and let's get started, okay? Great. Why don't we talk about the December training first of all, okay? Now, this is what I need. Let me go ahead and do some chat here. There you go. Please enter in chat box the topics you want covered at December training. Now, if you're really serious about this, I did a lot of work because what happened is the hotels around Tampa, they're all sold out for Christmas time. And I wanted to have a Saturday evening dinner for us, and the prices were outrageous. Then I wanted to bring in some catering, outside catering, and they wouldn't let us do that. So I've been fighting almost 4 weeks to find the right hotel. But we'll have something available. So what I'd like you to do is let me show you the syllabus now, and then you could add to it, all right? I have many options, but let's go to the syllabus to see what what I've got lined up for us so far regarding the December training. Okay, here you have it. Start on the left side. I wanted to go over the CLE lawyer presentation for you. Now, let me explain this to you. Many chiropractors in our group have already delivered that first presentation. We had only 1 9. Everyone else scored a 10. I've got the folder because you've got to send to me page 1 so we can submit it to the state bar to get the CLE accreditation for each attorney in attendance. So I saved the ratings and the rankings. We had only 1 9. Everyone else scored a 10. But now you have to be prepared to go give the rest of the presentations. So one of them's on the 13 Unfair Claim Settlement Practice Acts and violations of the ethics code to the adjuster. One of them's on independent medical validation. One of them is on all the injury severity types. And one of them is on actually how to maximize settlement valuation in a collateral environment. That's the big, thick one. That's 15 chapters. You've got a 1 hour to 5 hour courses. We have now been approved, not just for technical and general, but ethics, civil trial, and now business litigation. Not in every state, but we're technical and general in almost every state, and we're ethics in almost every state. I made a phone call last week on behalf of one of our clients there, and the woman said to me at the chair for the county bar, she said, everyone is really scrambling to get ethics credits. We don't ever have that come up available. And this is, and now you've got a chiropractor delivering ethics credits to lawyers. Well, of course, because the decisions that are made by the adjusters and the insurers and the independent medical examiners constitute ethics codes that are held for the IME, ethics codes that are held for the adjuster, and they violate those ethics codes. And so then some of the states accredited us for business litigation because these things do go to deposition and trial. And that's how we got credits for civil trial. We bring the medical expert component into the civil trial arena. So I want to start out by showing you what these presentations are, what they mean to you, how they can position you. Now, I literally just hung up the phone from a guy. Let me Let me see if I can get his name here. I wrote it down somewhere. Here it is. Robert Falanga. Now, Robert Falanga had a class action suit in the 80s for the chiropractic profession. I don't know if you remember this, but that was when Pete Fernandez and Tom Owens broke up, and he won $3.85 million for the chiropractors, and Pete Fernandez wound up using him personally because he did such a great, great, great job. Robert Falanga just called me a couple minutes ago. I will tell you what he had to say, but he has said he has never in his entire career seen anything like Zeus or the IMV. He asked, why don't his other chiropractors do this? He asked, how can he get his doctors on this system? Oh my goodness. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But I said to him, I said, the doctor that you're dealing with, and it's Dr. Benjamin Mitchell in Duluth, Georgia. I said, the doctor needs to come back and give you the next course on the 13 Unfair Claims Settlement Practice Acts and the ethics codes of the adjuster, because they're being violated. They carry a $10,000 to $25,000 regulatory fine for each incident. There are 7 agencies that potentially could come in to investigate and impose that regulatory fine, and they're bound, if they find one Unfair Claims Settlement Practice Act, they're bound to conduct an evaluation of the prior year of all bodily injury claims from that agency. And there's no way the agencies want that to happen, so we use it as a leveraging tool. But our software also tells us, which unfair claim settlement acts and which ethics codes have been violated. So I explained to this lawyer that Dr. Benjamin could come back and give that course. He had no idea. I explained to him that half his clients have a $66,000 injury, and he had no idea. I explained to him he could send his undervalued claims to Dr. Benjamin, and he had no idea. So I want to tell you something. At this seminar, I want to show you how to close a damn attorney. You're missing it. I am not going to have my members meet with an attorney and walk out of there without developing a consistent, predictable referral situation infinity. They know we've got something no one else has. So you walk out of those meetings. That's why I created page 2 of the form for you to hand out to the lawyers. So right then and there on the spot, they say, would you like me to come back and present our CLE program on the 13 Unfair Claims Settlement Acts and Ethics Codes violations? Would you like me to come back and present to you our CLE course on independent medical validation? Would you like me to come back and present the course on the injury severity thresholds? Would you like me to present the course on how to maximize settlement valuation in a Colossus claim? Would you like ethics, civil trial, business litigation, general and technical credits? Would you like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour? Would you like to refer clients that are undervalued for me to reassess and you to resubmit? Would you like me to come in and take a look at some extras on your clients to see if they've got the $66,000 injury? I need to get you trained up on all that. If we have to do it at a seminar, fine. We should be able to do it by webinar, but I mean, here's one of my better guys going over there, and I talked to the lawyer today who happened to call me. He said, I can't believe. He said, Benjamin mentioned he's going to be spending a weekend with you in December. He said, I can't wait to get with him when he gets back. He said, his kid knows more than any of the medical experts I've ever come across. And Benjamin didn't even tell him that he could pull x-rays and look at AOMSI. He didn't tell him he could bring his undervalued claims back into his office for the one-time assessment. He didn't tell him he's got other CLE programs. So this guy's already fallen in love with Dr. Mitchell, and he didn't even know the half of what Dr. Mitchell's got. That's why we're going to continue to send our e-bulletins. That's why we're going to continue to call. That's why we're going to continue to send weekly mailers. That's why we're going to continue to submit articles to your bar. That's why we're going to continue to place ads in your bar journals for you. And we're going to continue this. It's just never going to end. It's going to go on for the 5 years. We're together, and eventually they're going to know. It's you that's on the center of that positional map, brother. You. All right, so what I want to do, if you look at this schedule over here, what I want to do to start this, and I want to start at 8 o'clock on Saturday. I don't want to waste any time. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to deliver the damn presentation. We'll start with the 1 hour presentation. How to do one-on-one, how to do to a group. Then I want to show you how we're going to get you in front of your county bar, how we're going to get you in front of the Young Lawyers Division, how we submit for CLE credits, and how we do the screen share. Then we're going to take a little break. We're going to come back, Then I'm going to show you the handouts, the accreditation form, the closing form, how to deliver an Oscar performance close to attorneys and walk out of there with all the business you could ever imagine. I want to tell you something. Just having this attorney, Robert Falenga, let me see, this could be an attorney. Hold on. Hi, hello, Mr. Liberty. Yeah. Oh, all right. Thank you. All right. So I got a call from one of my doctors. Let's turn this off. Thank you. I wasn't paying attention to the what do you call it there? The texts. So let me see if I can pull this December training up. This isn't a big deal. If I can't pull it up, it's no big deal. December training. Tell me if you can see this one. Try texting this time. And thanks a whole lot for calling me there, Doc. Thank you so much. Sure do appreciate it. Tell me if you see this. I'm looking at my text now. You can only hear you talking, nothing on the screen. See, you can't see it. Thank you. Okay, so if you can't see this, I'll talk you through it, but go ahead and text me. Let me know if you can see it. So from 8 o'clock to 9:45 on Saturday, let's get right into the very first CLE lawyer presentation, the very first program. How to do a one-on-one, how to do a group, how to get invited to present to your county bar, how to get invited to present to your YLD. What different things do you need to present to a group and a county bar and YLD than a one-on-one? How to submit for CLE credits, and then I'm going to give you some tips for when we screen share using Zeus Demand. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Then I want to show you how to deliver a CLE Oscar performance and close attorneys. I'm going to go over the handouts, the books, the CLE accreditation form, the closing form, how to use it, how to command referrals immediately, how to build and develop and establish lifetime referrals that are consistent and predictable. I will go over how to deliver an Oscar-winning performance to close attorneys forever. Then we're going to do workshops. Now, what I want to do is this. Every doctor is going to get up in front of the entire group and present at least 5 slides. I'm inviting members of the Tampa Bay Friars Club. They will rate your performance. I will also ask your peers to rate your performance. We are going to then give you those ratings with all of the suggestions on it. The checkbox is all checked off, rating you in several different areas of delivery. We're not going to go over it, so only you will see the results. You can read them on a plane on the way home or read them when you get back to your practice and know what others think you could do to improve your presentation, and you'll be able to see where your highlights are. So I'm going to spend Saturday morning up until lunch going over how to deliver the programs. Now, you've got a program on the initial program. Then you've got the CLE. Then you've got CLE for general, technical, ethics, civil trial, and business litigation. Then you've got CLE courses on IMV, on the injury severity thresholds, on the 13 Unfair Claims Settlement Practice Acts and Ethics Code violation, on the different injuries, fractures, AOMSI, concussions, on how to maximize settlement valuation and colossal claim. You got 5 different classes from 1 hour to 5 hours. So I want to get you hatted up and familiarized with that. Then we're going to take a lunch break. When we come back, I'm going to hit that 1191M exam. I'm going to go over it in every inch in detail. How to use it the first time you see a patient, how to use it at the discharge, how to use it when an attorney sends you a one-time referral. We're going to go over the diagnostic algorithms, when you should do sensory tests, monofilament, NCV, range of motion, muscle testing, DRMA, all that. Then we're going to go over the invoice, how to bill and code it. And then I want to spend a little bit more time showing you the importance of the screen share when we're with the attorney. Then we're going to we're not even going to take a break. We're going to go right into workshops. I'm going to introduce you all the course modules. I've filmed 5 of them already. I'm hoping to have 20 of them filmed by the time we have our workshop. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the first new course module, the monofilament workshop. When we're at the training, I'm going to pass out monofilaments. Everybody's going to get a chance to try them. I want to do hands-on workshops for electronic muscle testing, electronic range of motion, monofilaments, NCV, orthoneuro testing. Then I'm going to have a couple of NCVs there for you guys to buy that I'm buying and sending them out for recalibration and refurnishing. Then we're going to take a break. Then we come back when I have my guest speaker, an 8-time New York bestseller, award-winning author on how to manage your business by statistics. This thing could save you 10 hours a week, and it's designed to increase your business by 3 times. So if you're doing 100 grand, you should be able to get up to 300 grand. I was doing 250,000 a year when I brought this guy in to teach me in 1985. Within 6 or 7 weeks, I was up to $1 million. I paid him 20 grand. He's now going to teach you exactly what he taught me, and that's part of this seminar training. And then if you want his software, it's $20 a month, not 20,000, just $20 a month, unlimited, up to 40 different stats can be kept. I'm going to show you what statistics you need to keep to go to the next level. And you can get a 30-day trial. You don't even have to pay $20. If you like it, stay on it. If you don't, then quit it. Then, after this guest speaker on management by statistics, we're having a break. Then we come back in. I want to show you how the attorneys are supposed to navigate Zeus demand. We're also going to cover the IMV report, the DRMA report, the 35-page rebuttal report, the adjuster 3-way phone call, and all about how the attorneys can use Zeus to their benefits, and of course linking that to you as the supplier. When I told Robert Falanga that we're giving him a software for free to create a relationship, he said, well, no kidding. I'm not going to be able to do business with anybody else in the community if I can't have Zeus. So then we're going to take a break. I need to plug in a course from 5:15 to 6:30. I want us to have a dinner from 7:30 to 10. I will have guest speakers during dinner. Now, what I'm going to share with you is the information that I learned over my 40-year career, and I'm picking the best of what I learned, and then I'm asking those consultants to come in and teach my group. So one of them is going to be on the business administrative scale of importance, and another is going to be on creating an organizing board. So if I'm going to give you management by statistics, I might as well give you the administrative scale of importance is 12 items, and how to create an org board so you can be super efficient. I mean, stealth, man. Stealth efficiency, save 10 hours a week. You don't manage by observation, by questioning, by walking around. You manage by a statistic. Every individual staff member has to have a statistic they're responsible for. At your staff meetings, they have to reveal their statistic. So I'm going to add in there how to have a staff meeting. Let me add that. And that staff meeting is going to have every one of your employees come up and say, this is my name, this is my job duty, this is my statistics, this was my goal for last week, this is what I hit, I exceeded it, so this is my bonus, I missed it, so this is what I have to do to get up to it for next week. And all that's going to be taking place during dinner. All these guest speakers are going to talk to you during your dinner from 7:30 to 10 on Saturday night. Then on Sunday, I want to start with how to add high-tech rehab and how to add DME products. What are the common rehab protocols? There's work hardening, work conditioning, strength gain, endurance gain. There's 10 different rehab protocol. I want to give you the protocols. What kind of rehab soap notes should you take? What kind of codes? What kind of bills? So how much space do you need for a good rehab center? What equipment should you have? How can you merchandise your rehab center? What DME and mobility products should you prescribe, and what should you charge for them? That's Sunday morning. Now, I need 9, 10, 11, 12, 3. I need 4 hours more of topics that we want to deliver. So I got room for 4 more hours of topics. Therefore, let me go back to me here. There you go. So that's why I want your contributions. So Larry says, since our first get together, let's go over the basics, monofilament, both testing and closing attorney. I just read you the syllabus. I don't know if you were able to see the syllabus or not, but you know something? I'm going to have it published. I'm going to give it to you. We're going to follow it. Nobody could see the syllabus. Okay. Some people said they could. All right. So I told you what I was going to go over. I'll get you a copy. But I need 4 more hours of programming. So I want to hear from you. What do you want in? I've got all the basics. The 1191M exam and everything in it. Monofilaments, muscle testing, range of motion, NCV, specific disorders of the spine, injury model, neurocompression testing, workshops on monofilaments, muscle testing, range of motion, and NCV. NCV's for sale. The second weekend in December. But what I would like to do is I would like every one of you to send me an email telling me you're coming, because I need to have enough of you to come before I commit to this huge expense. This is a huge expense, and I'm not doing it if only half of you are coming. So you send me an email that you'll be able to come the second weekend of December. If I get more than a 50% emails from you, I'll book it, and then you can get your airfare now and be cheap. If I don't get 50% coming, then I'm not going to do it. Okay? What we'll do is I'll do it in early March or mid-April, and we'll do a weekend cruise, and we'll do it on a cruise ship. So if I can't get more than 50% of you, then I'm going to do it on a cruise ship and have some fun. I'm not going to go through all the expenses if only less than 50% of you are going to come. So far, to be honest with you, I've heard that only one doctor is not planning to come. And so, how to sell and close. So, Larry, I definitely appreciate you giving me this, but I already have all that stuff included. I just read you what I'm doing. How to sell and close. All right, so keep thinking. Everything you put up here so far, I already have. I mean, put out anything. You want to know how to hire people, how to fire people? You want to know how you can do 100 questions to rate your employees' skills in working in a business environment? There's a 100-page questionnaire, 100-question questionnaire. I think it's called the Oxford Capacity Analysis Test. It is. You have your patients fill this form out. You send it into the company for $35. They put it through the computer, and they rate your patient in 7 vital areas. Your employee. You should never hire a new employee unless you ask them to fill out the Oxford Capacity Analysis Test. 100% legal. You'll get a report back in 8 different areas of aptitudes to see who's good to hire. You can use it on yourself. You can use it on your current staff. If you find an area of weakness, you can improve it. So if you want me to teach you how to hire and how to rate the production of employees and employees' ability and their capacity, then I'll teach you the Oxford Capacity Analysis Test. We'll take time for that. How to hire, how to fire. What do you want? I mean, you want to know how to, let me know. We use our staff, especially the ones that produce connect patients up to modalities. We use them as public relations experts in the office. We tell them what to say, how to generate referrals, how to have conversations that are all related to chiropractic. If you want to bring in a program on how to have every staff member that touches a patient to be a public relations expert, we have a card with 35 questions and statements, and they're supposed to ask that on each visit. On the first visit, ask that question. On the 10th visit, ask that. 12th visit, ask that. 35 of them for 35 whole visits, and then they check it off in the travel card when they've asked that question. You should have the front desk have it, every therapist have it. This is not something for the doctors to do, just the staff. And they'll be, if you want, I can bring that in. So I have so many different things we can bring in. We could even bring in compliance training. I don't want to get outside of what I normally teach you in personal injury, so let's try to limit it to personal injury. But probably within the year, we're going to bring in our MD protocols, how to hire emergency room docs to do the 1191M exam, how to recruit attorney referrals of the 1191M exam. That's all for more advanced training, not probably for this first one, but I need and want your input. It's your training. What else would you like me to touch upon? Okay. I will send you the syllabus probably today, tomorrow, with the blanks. showing you where I need to plug in programs. I know there's a couple of you who can definitely help me determine what you think's the most needed and wanted topics and subjects. We have 4 hours remaining. We can plug it in. Now, about this Saturday evening dinner, the hotels want $65 a person, like a damn wedding, or something like that. And so, in fact, if it is a wedding, you won't believe this, but I know you can't see this, but I made this last night. This is Italian wedding soup. And let me see. Still pretty good. So, $65, a lot of money, unless I'm doing the cooking. So I'm looking for hotels that have lesser dinner fees. I'm looking for a hotel that'll let me cater and bring it in, because I can cater this thing and bring it in for, $20 a head. But what I'd like you to do is email me. Do you want us to do this dinner? I think it's so important we're all together. And then I could get you like 4, 5, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. I can get you 3 hours of guest speakers during dinner. But I'm not charging you for the guest speakers, but you have to pay for your own dinner. And let me know. I would like to come. I'd be okay with paying this much money, Now, spouses, staffs, associates, everyone's invited. Everybody. So I just need to get a good count, especially when we're ordering dinner, And if you tell me today, you'd be willing to pay $35, $45, $65, or between $35 and $65, I'll get you menus in the mail. I'll have all this pre-ordered. We'll go vegan for the vegans. We'll go, what do you call it? Natural stuff, organic. I'll give you all these different options, okay? I wanted to rent a room in Maggiano's Italian restaurant. They're jammed. I wanted to rent a room in P.F. Chang. They're jammed. There isn't any other place. Thank you, Steve. I know. There isn't any other place available in all of Tampa that I could get a room for us to go have our dinner. So I got to pick up I got to do the dinner at the hotel. And the problem at the hotel is that they want a lot of money for those banquet dinners. So I'm trying. So far, none of the hotels will let me bring in outside food. So I said, well, let's go outside and have it, And everybody I called, I'd love to go to Maggiano's. We used to do that all the time when we train over here in Tampa. You can get the family planned dinners. It wouldn't even cost you $20 a person. But Maggiano's, every one of their meeting rooms is booked up. Everybody's booked because it's Christmas time. All right. So Dr. Jeff says, I would like training on what parts of 119, one of our most relevant and least relevant sections, possibly review how to perform some unfair from the part. Doctors, all right. Dr. Stephen, step-by-step explanation of how to take an attorney's undervalued case and resubmit it. There you go, Steve. That's a very good one. Thank you. Let me put that in the syllabus right now. I like that. I'm copying that. I'm going to add that in as a course. There you go, brother. Way to go. I can always count on Dr. Dunbar. He's been in this profession as long as me, and he is a sharp guy. I'm going to be eventually asking him to let people call him and help them explain, because he's brand new. He came on, he experienced what a new guy's experience. I got Dr. Steve Smith, who I'm going to probably turn the reins over to when I'm ready to retire. He's one of the best businessmen I know. In fact, I've been training him since 2007, and he loves me. He does everything the way we do it, because we really take the human emotion and reaction out of a lot of this. So, you know what? I'm a hot-headed. My biggest prayers every night are that I would be less of an asshole. I think maybe it's starting to work. I really do think maybe it's starting to work. You got to be able to respond and not react. And so I went ahead, this big, gigantic blood test done. I got to show you, man. I spent a lot of money. They evaluate what's going on in the nucleus of the cell. I found deficiencies in so many areas. I've only been on this thing for like 3 weeks, and I'm already like 50% more brand new than I ever was. So Steve Smith is just a genius guy in business. Got my respect. I'm going to look to him. If you guys become stellar and you stand out and you want to join this program as an instructor or as a regional supervisor, please let me know. And here's how we could start this. So Dr. Winston asked me the 13th to 15th, correct? And I'm going to reply and say, I don't have a freaking clue. I'm not looking up on no damn calendars. I am not a receptionist. I just get on a plane. I go to a city. I do a seminar. I come. Here's my life. I go to an airport on Friday by Uber. I get on a plane. I go to a city. I take another Uber to a hotel. I deliver a seminar. I take an Uber back to the hotel. I get another plane back to Tampa. I don't know where I am. I don't know when I am. I don't know times. I don't know days. I don't know cities. I don't get involved in that. I don't know. You pick out a damn calendar and you look it up and you tell me what's the second weekend of December, because I'm not going to go to Google Calendar. I don't know. I don't care what the dates are. Now, that's not being an asshole. That's why I hope these pills work so I can be nicer when I address these situations. But truth of the matter is, I'm not going to go up and look on a date on the calendar. You do it. You want to figure out the second day is in December? You go to the calendar. Ask your receptionist to do it. Now, Steve says, review the process in the closing. Refer the case for 1191 exam. Take X-rays. Send for DRM. Send for produce them. I got that all down pat. That's all in there, and that's similar to what Dunbar said he wants to do. So that's good. Now we only have about 2 hours left of material to plug in. And you know what? How about if I do some marketing in those 2 hours? How about if I introduce you to how to use the glove box kit, how to get your newspaper to send emails to their subscribers to download the glove box kit for 3 cents per. Add the closing. Let me see. I got that already built into the program. I had that already built in. But yes, the closing, absolute most critical thing. I'm doing a whole hour on the closing. Remember I said how to do an Oscar-winning performance to close attorneys. I've got that built in, but thank you. I'm interested in regional director. Winston, that is excellent. You are already at the top of your game, even though you asked me if I'm going to go on a calendar and tell you what the date is. No, you do that yourself. But when you tell me you want to be a regional director, you got it, my brother. You definitely have my respect, and you are proven. You know, I went to a seminar Monday night on how to do Facebook advertising, and the seminar, you know, these things cost money when you're, so when I went to the consultant to ask him if he would help me with my clients, he said he would. And I asked him how much would he charge, and he said $1,500 a month per client. I said, are you out of your freaking mind? That's 1,000 times more than what I charge him. And I'm giving him Zeus, and I'm giving him all the marketing, and I'm doing all this stuff. I said, holy shit. Another guy has a brochure that he creates and sends out electronically. He wants $2,500 a month. I said, oh my God, my guys get the best of all that for a fraction of that. I can't get these guys to spend that kind of money. And so he says, well, Frank, you're targeting the wrong people. I said, what do you mean? He says, I don't take a chiropractic client that isn't grossing $500,000 a year, because they're never going to employ, they're never going to engage, they don't have the staff, they don't have the resource, they don't have the time, they're disorganized, they're scatterbrained, they're not managing by statistics, they don't know what day of the month their overhead is met, they don't know what it costs them for procedures, for services, they don't have statistics listed for each member, they don't know who's producing, who's not producing. He says, if they're not doing $500,000 a year, he says, I don't even want to do business with them, because they won't make anything I do go right. And he says, you better be careful too, Frank. He says, you better not sell this to people that aren't doing a great job. Because if they're not doing a great job now, they're not going to do a great job with your program. So anyway, $1,500 a month just to design a Facebook ad per client. So don't worry about it. I got other people that are going to design our Facebook ads. You know what he said to me? He said he could design a Facebook ad that could draw an attorney. And he says, Frank, my chiros don't even have your program. With your program, I could flood their offices. I just got to give my lawyers the average stuff that the average chiro does. They're not doing anything special. And he says, I can still get them. He said, when I call him, I said, well, did the lawyer hit on your ad? Did you call him? No. Why? Well, I wouldn't even know what to say to him. I don't have the time to call him. I wouldn't even know what to say. So if you'll notice, I had to create your CLE program. I had to create programs. And if I'm going to create a program, a PowerPoint for you, I might as well create a CLE program. If I'm going to do that, I might as well get you CLE accredited. You know, I could probably charge $15,000 to $20,000 just for your CLE accreditation. Dr. Steve, would you do me a favor? Would you chat in there? How much money do you think it's worth having this CLE accreditation? From just the experience you've had so far, would you just type in the chat there, if I wanted to have a separate fee just to get somebody CLE accredited, how much do you think a fair fee would be to charge for CLE accreditation? It's something that there are no CLE accredited chiropractors in this entire United States of America unless you come through me. And the reason I did it was because I want to put you on the positional map in the center of the map so that you get the respect in the business. All right. Next, who's going to help me teach electronic range of motion? Who's going to help me teach electronic muscle testing? Please don't make me get up in the front of the room at my age and demonstrate how to use a range of motion device and demonstrate how to use a muscle testing device. I started JTEQ with Tracy Livingston in the 80s. I built the very first electronic range of motion device for our industry. Please don't make me have to get up there on stage and show you how to use it. Somebody volunteer. I need you to volunteer. Just volunteer how to do electronic range of motion. Somebody volunteer how to do electronic muscle testing. I'll do the monofilament. I'll do the DRMA. I'll do the NCV. I need help on somebody else. Okay? If I got one patient per presentation and one presentation per month, which is week, would say $25K per year. If I got one patient per presentation and one presentation, Mike, I'll do electronic range of motions. And Mike, I got several mics. Which mic am I talking at here? Oh, I got Mike gonna do. You just got to tell me which one. Thank you, Mike. I will have a presenter gift for you, Mike. Hey, Mike Hensley. All right, my good friend. Thanks, buddy. All right. I will give a gift to all of the presenters. Anybody that's going to teach will receive a gift from me, special gift. So Mike Hensey's going to do range of motion. I need somebody to do electronic muscle testing. And let me just tell you how simple it is. Mike, it's easy. Steve, clearly the value is higher. I made $3 million on my spinal aid investment of $115K. My pleasure, Frank. Great. Thank you, Steve. So Accident Works is going to become the same franchise that Spinal Aid is. Now, I talked to this lawyer today, Robert Falanga, and he knows our profession very well. He represented a class action suit against some 3,000 chiros. He wants to help me take this so that every attorney knows that they can send their clients to our doctors to do IMVs. Within about 2 years, I've got Gary Saperstein's got 3,000 lawyers under him. Robert's got several thousand. I got my good buddy Robert in Connecticut's got 3,000 lawyers under him. I got a network of about 9,000 lawyers nationwide that are going to refer to our doctors for IMV. That'll take about 2 years. And Steve did buy the Spinal Aid decompression franchise and made $3 million on it annually. And Accident Works is going to be even bigger than that. So we're starting here in the charter member program. All right, I need a volunteer for muscle testing. Just, shoulder, deltoids, and biceps and triceps. Something simple. So somebody please step up to the plate. Receive my gift. You'll receive special recognition. You'll get a special place. I'll do something for you under my wing, but I'm going to give you a special gift as well for being a presenter. Somebody needs to come in here and do electronic muscle testing. And somebody might want to do some ortho neurocompression tests, which aren't that difficult. All right, thank you. So now, let me show you how the modules are turning out. One of the things I learned is that I should shave a lot closer when I do these modules. And maybe use some makeup. But forget about me. Who gives a crap? I did a couple of modules. I just finished the 119 1M exam module. And that's not put together yet because you got to. So here's what happens. You watch a module. First will be the course material. Then you download the course material. Then you watch the video. Then you take the course. And if you don't pass that course, oh, John, you're going to do manual muscle testing. I love you, brother. Okay, all right. All right. So, John, I called and when I spoke to the chair of the St. John County Bar, Alyssa, what was her name? Alyssa something, Shorestein, chair of the St. John County Bar. She said she is so impressed that we can deliver ethics credits. She said it's her job to bring in speakers, and she can't find anybody to teach ethics. So here we're going to get, I said, look, I don't want people coming in just to get courses for ethics. I don't want divorce lawyers coming in. I don't want accounting lawyers. I don't want corporate lawyers just coming to us for ethics, because we're doing ethics as it relates to PI. So, but I have a 1 hour, I have a 30-minute and a 3-hour ethics program. So, oh my God. I said, I'll ask the doctors, and if they don't mind having a room full of lawyers that are going to sit in the back reading the newspaper because they don't give a shit about PI, because they're divorce lawyers and they're corporate lawyers and they're criminal lawyers, but they want the ethics credits. I'll ask my doctors. It's not bad for my doctors to get their name out, but we'll have all personal injury attorneys sit up in front, everybody else sit in the back, because these people will come for ethics credits even though they're not PI attorneys. Anyway, then she have no idea how we're looking for courses, but to get a CLE accredited course, it's freaking brutal. It took me about 10 years of my life to figure out how to do it. Brutal. I could charge you 10 grand just to get you in front of the county bar. You'll pick up 30 lawyers that will refer to you for a lifetime. We have to just advance you to get to that position. Some of you haven't even submitted an IMV yet. I don't get it. You pay all this money for this program and you still don't do an IMV. Some of you don't even have your muscle testers yet. So that's why we're having this training. So I got somebody for range of motion. I got somebody for muscle test, hot dogs. Please send me your shirt sizes, doctors. I am going to order a beautiful shirt for you with the Accident Works logo on it, with a title on it too that says something like training instructor. And I'm going to present you with a nice shirt you could wear while you're practicing. Anybody else want to get a shirt and then volunteer to teach something? And then I'll get you a shirt with the logo and say the professional instructor for Accident Works of America, blah, blah, blah. And also you'll help us out. So send me your shirt sizes, okay? Mike Henze and John Hornacher. Anyway, so from John, Winston will teach. All right, buddy, I need you to teach, man. You'd be excellent. I have to tell you, John and Mike, that Winston is a little better looking than you two, so don't be jealous. I think Winston's probably one of, thank you, Mike, I wrote it down now, large. Winston's going to teach. Winston's probably one of the better looking guys in the group, and then maybe Steve Smith. And so let's just say, yes, Winston, extra large, my brother. All right. Shit, man, I'm a 2XL, damn it. So John, tell me what size shirt you are. Okay. Now, Steve, I got to get you to teach something too, so we'll work on that as well. So you might want to just teach the encouraging part. You might just want to be the motivational person. I don't know. But the more people want to get up and talk for a couple of minutes, no big deal. All right. So, John Hornacher, tell me what size shirt you have. Now, let me show you the first module so you see how it's coming out. All right. Hold on. This is the first module on monofilaments. And let's go ahead and take a look. Here we go. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's 22 minutes. I'm going to play a little bit of the intro, then we'll skip around, and then you'll be able to access the modules. There are 7 programs already created. They're not all completed yet, but I'll have them all done for the training. This is the excellent stuff. Here's the video on monofilaments. Hi, I'm Dr. Frank Liberti. Welcome to another module, this one on monofilament nerve testing. Remember, knowledge is power, and it's our mission to help you enhance your core competence to get a unique value proposition and command respect and visibility and attorney referrals. Thanks for watching our module on monofilament nerve testing. Monofilament testing, which is a sensory evaluation test using monofilaments. Monofilament testing is an inexpensive and easy to use and a portable test for assessing the loss of sensation, the loss of protective sensation. It is recommended by several practice guidelines, including the AMA, to detect peripheral neuropathies. Now, it's a favorite of ours because it easily detects loss of sensation, and it can be used on the initial visit to establish whether a patient fits into D or RE Category 3, Diagnostic Related Estimate Category 3. Now, the purpose of getting into the DRE3 category is to identify any sensory... All right, listen, I can't hear the video. I wanted to fast forward to where I actually use the monofilaments, but where the heck are those things? I wanted to go back and, however, I can't forward advance it from here. When we film this, it's hard to see that. Go to the next thicker size. It's hard. We're going to use the thumb and the index finger for the median nerve, hypothenar eminence, and pinky for ulnar nerve, and dorsal side of the hand for radial nerve. Now, I know you can't see this. That's why we had to refilm this 3 times. I had to wear a black shirt, black suit, black table. But when you press it, you want it to form a C shape. Hold it for 1.5 seconds. Go back to the site. Hold it for 1.5 seconds. Go back to the site. Do it 3 times. So you form that letter C. Okay. The video is excellent. I give you the history of the monofilaments. I give you everything that I really think you need to know so that you can thoroughly understand this, how significant and important it is, the history of how it came about. Beautiful tutorials. I think you're going to really appreciate it. Dr. Von Frey is the one who developed this. Initially it was called the Frey hairs, and then 2 neurologists, Dr. Sims and Dr. Weinstein, came up with replacing hairs with plastic monofilaments. Been in existence since 1836. Monofilament became mainstream in 1936. So get a little history, show you how to do that, the whole bit. That's an example of how the courses are run. Now let me show you the postcard for this month. All right, the postcard for this month is there it is. This is going to all your attorneys. The top one is the face side of the postcard. This is getting mailed out to every one of your attorneys. You will get a copy of it. This is the October mailer. It says PI Truths delivered free to your inbox. Free e-bulletin reveals how to. PI Truths delivered free to your inbox. Free e-bulletin reveals how to counter unfair claim settlement practice acts insurers and adjusters use to lower settlement valuation. Eliminate insurer, adjuster, and IME disputes and denials. Enhance personal injury settlement valuation. Reverse unfair undervaluation of injury claims. Save 50% of legal time and spend formulating a demand with a little-known formatting technique. Save 50% of legal time and demand, legal time and spend. Save 50% of legal time and spend formatting a demand using a little-known formatting technique. Bonus, free fact check and smart brief. You will receive free weekly data shared by plaintiffs' attorneys revealing how they are winning the greater weight of the evidence challenges and enhancing valuation in today's bodily injury claims. Here's side 2 of the postcard. Free plaintiffs e-bulletin levels the playing field to prevent low injury settlement valuation. Eliminate varying opinions. Establish the preponderance. Win the greater weight of the evidence challenges. Reverse unfair settlement valuation. This e-bulletin series is highly coveted among plaintiffs' attorneys nationwide for its content. Vital information not widely disseminated. To save by subject matter. To catalog to your library for reference when needed against Unfair Claims Settlement Practice Act. This e-bulletin series is highly coveted among plaintiff attorneys nationwide for its content. Sign up for this free e-bulletin series now at accidentworks.com/e-bulletin. Now, What happens is they're going to go to accidentworks.com, click on the physician directory, then they can see you by state or by name, by zip code. I changed the physician directory. So if you want to look at that physician directory at this point, just go to accidentworks.com, go to the physician directory, and now you'll see I've listed members by state. Okay. Click on a member. Let's click on Georgia. Where's my handsome Dr. Karhi? Let's go to Dr. Karhi. There he is. Okay, so don't forget that guy can click here to get a free copy of your book. When a lawyers click there, they get to order this book. So we got some good stuff going on. Good stuff. Alrighty. Yeah, Faye. Let's go back and let me show you something else now. I turned the screen share off. What happened? Uh-oh. All right, here I am. Now, we started our beta test yesterday. Let me show you the beta test. It went out in 20 states. And the reason it went out in 20 states because our board members selected 20 states. Where the heck is it? Is that it? There it is. Free CLE course in your office reveals the radiographic medical discovery that enhances bodily injury evaluation. Anyway, it's great. They get a chance to schedule a free CLE course. When they click there, they get to register, pick a calendar, submit this. It goes directly to you. And I notified the doctors in the 20 states. So this has gone out for about half of our members, okay? It's a funnel marketing program we're testing. Send out an email. Send out a second. Send out a third. Send out a fourth. The second is different depending upon how they respond. The third is different depending on how they respond. The object is to continue to do the funnel marketing until we get an appointment set up or a referral. And it's in addition to making phone calls. So we're testing it in 20 states. It just went out yesterday. Let's give it a chance, see how it does. Lastly, I want to point out something to you about not one of my doctors has been able to get through an IMV correctly without an error in all the time, not one. And I want to tell you that that's good. But you know why? I don't want you to have to know all this stuff. That's why we built Zeus. That's why we do the IMVs. Let us muck this. Let us fix up. Don't worry about it. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Submit these things with the mistakes. We fix them. Let me just give you a simple example, okay? Example number one. Yeah. See, here's one over here, you see. All right. Non-allopathic lesions, cervical, thoracic, and lumbar. And then cervical subluxation, thoracic subluxation, lumbar subluxation. Okay. So I want to talk to you about these subluxations. The non-allopathic lesion is a subluxation, so you don't duplicate them. You either pick non-allopathic lesion or you pick subluxation, either one or the other. You don't use both. This is an actual real patient, real submission. It's either non-allopathic lesion or subluxation. It's not both. Now, let me tell you something else. If you put down cervical, thoracic, and lumbar subluxation, then I got to give you a DRE category for each one. So if you have thoracic subluxation, you have to have a thoracic diagnosis. At minimum, thoracic strain sprain. And then you have to get a DRE category 1 or 2. It's got to be a DRE category 2. If it's a DRE category 1, you shouldn't diagnose it. You shouldn't adjust it. So if you give a diagnosis of thoracic subluxation, I got to give you DRE category. If you give a diagnosis of thoracic subluxation, I did thoracic, that's the diagnosis. Thoracic muscle spasm, thoracic tenderness, thoracic sprain, So if you give me thoracic subluxation, and that's your diagnosis, then I got to put it to a DRE category. No big deal. Just wanted you to understand and point out. Now, let's go back to something else here. I'm going to stop the screen share and go back to screen share. And I'm going to show you another example here. All right. Now, Text me if you don't see this, okay? I'm going to scroll down another patient. Oh, dear. Mark Snow, I just got your email. I think you did a bad thing. Call me immediately after the seminar. I look at this patient, this doctor and this patient. You see how there's a lot of check marks, right? I just want to show you. Watch. Everything's checked off here. Now watch. I mean, look at all this. There's more checks than there are blanks. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Everything. Oh my God. All right, now, look at all this shit checked off. Look at all these checks. Holy smokes. Patient should be in the emergency room. This is a 10. This is an emergency. All right, so duties under duress. Look at all those things filled out. Oh my God. Come on. What are you doing here? I can't do any exterior work. Can't exterior landscape, can't do exterior maintenance, can't do exterior decorating, but I can apparently mow the yard? That doesn't make any freaking sense. I can't do exterior cleaning, landscape maintenance, decorating, but I can mow the yard. I can't transfer my family shop, take out trash. I can't walk my dog. All right, now, whenever you see this, would you please, God dang it, come on. People should be dead. Go over to this evidentiary conclusion. And click off. The patient suffered losses and duties under duress, loss of enjoyment in a personal relationship. Click off. Due to pain. They had to self-impose restrictions and limitations. God damn, they're doing it, so click it off. Due to pain, they required assistance. Somebody else had to walk the dog. Somebody else had to take out the trash. Then you have to write a medical prescription to restrict care. If the patient can't walk the dog, can't exterior landscape, can't drive the kids, can't transport the family, can't cook, can't take out the garbage, will you please use our form, written prescription for restrictions? Don't look like an idiot. If the patient's self-imposing limitations, then you got to impose the same limitations as a doctor. Use the damn forms. Man, I'm getting so tired of going over this every single week. No, I don't understand you people. Next, when you got that damn many things going on, you better give me a witness statement form because I'm not buying it. Why? Because they're still working. They're still going to work. How come they can drive their fat ass to work, but they can't drive the kids to the soccer game? So we have a witness statement form. I want you to use it, and I want you to have it filled out, and I want you to check it off in here. Now, when you got that damn many limitations and restrictions of activities, disability cannot be overlooked. So that patient should have a disability assessment. You don't want to do that, that's fine. They should probably have referrals to other specialists, if anything, at least a neuropsych to find out what's going wrong with them. Now, due to all these restrictions and limitations, these people are going to need assistance to carry out these duties. Somebody's got to do what they can't do. The injuries like that, my patient had injuries like that, I'd send him to the hospital for observation. So, start paying attention to some of this stuff. You got to back yourself up. Now, I would have them sign the affidavit. What would I do? If you see that many symptoms and complaints, you damn well better investigate it. Because if you send it to me over here, I don't even want to present it to my doctors for independent medical validation. Because I'm embarrassed. So what do? Use this section and fill this stuff out. At least help me to help you. Read this. I mean, look, you saw that patient had almost every symptom and complaint. Cervical chain ganglia, duties under duress, loss of enjoyment, activity daily living, everything's not filled out. So what do? Fill this out. Patient suffered losses. Due to the pain, they had to impose restrictions. They needed assistance with household duties. I had to medically prescribe restrictions due to their own pain and self-limitation. I got witness statements from their employers, their boss, the family, the kids, the lawnmower service, who's ever now walking the dog, mowing the lawn, from the teammates that they're not coming to the golf tournaments or they're not playing, they're not showing up for tennis. Now, if they got that many limitations, man, I don't know. That goes way beyond restriction limitations. That's like disability. You got to talk to these people. I ask them when they fill this out to act as though they're under oath. I tell them they may be called upon in courtroom. They're going to have to testify that these findings are true. If they have that much going on, they should be out of work. They should be in a hospital. So, they should have other assistants. You might want to send them out for observation. Send them to a neuropsych. At least have them sign an affidavit. So there's 3 forms you're going to use from now on, or you're going to have to deal with me. 1, whenever your patient are going to give you excessive symptoms and complaints, I want you to match their self-imposed restrictions with your own medical written prescription for restrictions. There's a form, it's in your Dropbox. 2, I want witness statements. I want it the son and the daughter telling me they're walking the dog because dad and mom can't do it. I want to know who else is driving the kid to the soccer game, who's cooking dinner, who's going shopping, who's taking out the trash. So I want you to use the witness statement form. And 3, I want the patient to sign the affidavit. And it's all in your Dropbox. Now next, let's go to the Karnofsky score and see how the hell this rates in a Karnofsky score. Oh, God, you guys screwed this up so freaking bad. So look at this. This guy didn't even check the Karnofsky score. Didn't even check it. So do you see those boxes that I just checked? That's what we're going to do over here. So if they have normal activities, they have to exert some effort, but they don't have they got only a minor symptom, it's an 80. If they're able to care for themselves, but they can't do normal activities, it's a 70. If they have to bring in someone else to do something for them, it's a 60. So I can't walk the dog, my kid's got to do it, 60. Can't mow the lawn, 60. Can't take out the trash, 60. Can't drive the kids to soccer, 60. Anytime somebody else has to do it, it's a 60. So if you're able to care for yourself, but there's certain things you can't do, like play tennis, that'd be a 70. But if you can't cook dinner and somebody else has to do it, if you need occasional assistance to do the things that you've been restricted in activity, daily living, duties, and the rest of enjoyment, it's a 60. So this doctor didn't even fill that out. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 60. All right, that's enough for today. Now, let me just say this one last thing, okay? You don't have to know all this stuff or do all this stuff. You really don't. We'll fix it for you. It'd probably be easier for us to just fix it for you rather than for me to keep harping on you because you just don't get it right anyway. Nobody gets the Karnofsky score right. Nobody understands that when your patients have that many symptoms and complaints, you got to be a better investigator. Get witness statements, write written prescription for restriction form, have the patient sign an affidavit, cover yourself, cover me, and then talk to the patients. Now, if that's true and they got all that, then maybe they are a candidate for disability. Maybe they should be out of work. Maybe they should be evaluated by other specialists, including neuropsych. Maybe some of those somatic symptoms are psychological and they've got some stress and anxiety disorders leading to that somatic disorder, and you might want to have them checked out by a neuropsych. I don't know, but I just want to back you up and back me up. So just pick neuroallopathic lesion or subluxation, not both. Know that if you're going to manipulate an area and you give it a diagnosis of subluxation, we have to assign a DRE category for it. No big deal. And the biggest deal that I do have, though, is when you get so many symptoms and complaints, something's not right. That many symptoms and complaints should warrant not just self-imposed limitations and restrictions, but disability. They should at least be out of work. They should at least, be able to say that because they can't do these things to carry out household duties, someone else is doing it, and therefore you should have a written prescription for restriction form filled out. That's in your, and it'll build your case and it'll make you look smarter and better for the attorney. Now, one last thing I got to tell you. So this lawyer, Robert Falanga, called me today. Yesterday, Benjamin Mitchell met with him in Georgia. And the guy said to him, let me pull up what he said, and I'll see if I can't give you the actual sheet as well. I wrote it down. Where is it? I'm seeing here, Dr. Mitchell. Okay, so here's what he said. He said, Dr. Mitchell, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Why aren't my other chiropractors doing this? How do I get this? How can I get my other doctors to use it? I've heard of Dr. Liberti. I wanted to meet with you personally and put a face with this awesome paperwork. Benjamin said he came to me. Once he got the report, he said, I had to see who did this, how they learn this, how I can get it. And Benjamin said he was totally caught off guard. Then he got back to his meeting after the lunch, and he said, I got off the phone. He said, after I got off the phone with you about the lunch I had with the lawyer was blown away. He said, the lawyer texted him, said, I want to give you my personal cell phone to contact me anytime, day or night. And Benjamin remembers me saying, when you have their cell phone, or if they send you their family or friends, you're in. Well, this guy voluntarily gave Dr. Mitchell his cell phone. And then he said, all right, now, then the guy calls me today to tell me he has never seen anything like this. He said, I understand Benjamin's going to be spending a weekend with you in December. So that's true. He said, what are you guys going to be doing? I said, well, Benjamin's contributing author, and we have to get together. I said, Benjamin spent up to $50,000 to be trained in this. He's serious. He pays for the IMVs. He pays for the DRMAs. I said, and I said, didn't you have him come back to present you the class on unfair claims settlement practice? He said, no, I didn't know about it. I said, well, didn't he take some x-rays to see if your patient had a $66,000? No, I didn't know about it. I said, well, aren't you going to send in some of your undervalued claims so we can fix them up for you? He said, I didn't know about it. So obviously, I got to teach you guys a little bit more. We're going to do it at the training. We're going to do it on the webinars. But I want to tell you, now, I got to tell you something else. I got an email from a guy named, this is going to blow you away. When he emailed me, I deleted it. I didn't even want to read it, so I deleted it. His name is hold on. Come on. Wait, do you hear this name? His name is. Oh, I don't want to take the time to find it. I don't even know how to look this shit up. Hold on. Omar Kigundu. So he's from a PPO, PPO company. He said, Dr. Liberti, we have reviewed your IMV. We would like to hire all your doctors wherever we have our healthcare environment. And we want IMVs being done. He says, we want to start by giving you 35, 10 medicals, 25 chiros, and 20 lawyers. And we want every one of them, we want to buy the IMV program for every one of them. So I said, well, the program's $50,000. He said, we want to buy it and we want to put every one of our members. And then I looked them up. They've got, they're in 10 big cities in the United States, 10 of the largest cities in the United States. They want all of their providers to be using the Zeus system whenever they evaluate claims. Then I got a call from Larry Holt. He's been working with a lien company. Then yesterday I got a call from a lien company. And Stan, I'm on the webinar. I'll call you as soon as I get off. Then I'm on the phone with this lien company. And they're buying PI liens nationwide. They said they're not going to buy any more liens unless they run the claims through Zeus. And they want to know, where's my network of Zeus doctors? And that was a nationwide company that buys liens for PI. And they said they're never going to buy a lien again unless my doctors are called in to do the exam. And I got a call from one other person. Damn it. Anyway, we are starting to get some recognition for what we've got. It's a process. It's slow. It's going to take a little while. I got to give myself at least another 2 years to get this out, work out the kinks, produce the modules, work with you, learn from you, all that kind of stuff. And now I see John Bolton. Sorry, happy to help you if you like, Dr. Jeb. Listen, I must don't have a ton of experience, but if you want to keep it open. There you go. Good. Steve wants to, oh, good. I got to find out how to read these things after we hang up. Wow, Steve doing his 12 CLE course at 2 p.m. Got to run. I got to tell you, Steve Smith told me he was doing $3.5 million a year when he joined. And he said that just being CLE accredited was worth the weight of the program alone. He's got so much attention he attracted in Houston that he's now being asked to address the Houston Judicial College. All of the judges throughout Houston will be in front of him delivering this presentation. Any case that goes before any trial for PI in Houston, that judge will be taught by Dr. Steve Smith. I'm telling you, if you follow me in this program, I did this, and I'm a really hot-headed, I don't know if I was born an asshole, if I just practiced a lot at it, but I'm a hot-headed, guinea, asshole, Italian chiropractor from Jersey. Bam, that's like 5 strikes, and I get all this accolade because of what I've got done over here. Dr. Jeff, rocker, medium shirt. Thank you. Medium. All right. I'm either going to order white or black shirts. I want to see how the logos look on them, but I'm going to order the dress shirts. I'm going to get me one, too. And you'll be able to wear it in your practice, and it'll make you feel proud and stuff like that. I'm also going to get you a certificate that you can frame, go in your office, that you're one of our instructors, and so on and so forth. So, I covered a lot of stuff today. The modules are being done. The postcard's going out for you. The beta test is out. The seminars, I need to know who's coming. Okay? Seminar's looking good. I got 3 more hours of courses I got room for. Send me your ideas on what you want to see me other than what I mentioned. And I'm hiring some new phone people. I always have trouble with my phone people. Now Wendy's got grandson being dropped off. Shayna's stepfather's in intensive care. She's spending a lot of time with him. Wendy developed the swallow reflex disorder. She can't talk on the phone. Not Wendy, Michelle. Sonia just had a baby. So I got to keep hiring these damn telephone people. And then sometimes we got to double up, whatever. But we're on it. We're doing it. And so if you work with me in this charter program, you will have an asset because this thing's going to be worth $150,000 in 2 years. This is going to be better than buying a franchise. You just got to put it all together, work together. Now, I have the checklist form and I have the monster form. The checklist tells me where you're at. The monster form tells me where you want to go. So let's start having consults. Let's go. By the time I see you in December, everybody should have plans working, ready to go, and I'll introduce the modules and we'll have a great time. I need to know, are you coming? How many people are you bringing, and what would you like to spend in a range, low to high, for dinner? Please, just do that. I'm coming. This is how many people are coming, and I would like to spend between $35 to $65 would be okay for me, and let me know. Or if you can spend more, let me know. But and I'll do my best to get that all figured. So by next week, we got it down. So if you'll let me know between now and next week how many people you'll be bringing, who's coming, and the range you'd be willing to spend on dinner, I will go ahead and make it all happen, and we'll see each other in December. All right, listen, I'm Dr. Liberti. I kept you longer than I should. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. And thanks for bearing with me as well when I get difficult. It's a labor of love and blood, and I'm spilling a lot of it lately. But look at the accolades. I mean, I got a lean company and an PPO calling me that want to only use our doctors now in personal injury. I mean, this thing could get huge. All right. Hang in there. Thanks for being part of the program. Love you. Salute you for being solution-oriented. See you next week. Bye.